So back in January at the Dorset RC Construction and Truck Meet, Glenn, who is one of the organisers there, he was looking at my brooder conversion and said, "Oh, I've got a brooder at home and it's missing a couple of bits, and I'd like to make it RC, but I've got a Rastar Range Rover that's been lying around for a while, and would you like it as a project?" So here it is. I had it off him at the last meet. He brought it along, and it's missing mirrors, and the steering wheel is on upside down, and there's some scratches on the plastic, and there's overspray on the body shell on this side and stuff, and I'll sort that out later. But as you can see, it's not sitting right on the chassis, is it? And that's because I've had a little play, because these are a great little radio controlled car for people to start off with, but they're not proportional. But the details of them is just phenomenal. They're really nice scale models, and it's 114, so it fits in with our trucks and stuff, unlike the brooder, which is quite tiny. I think that's a 124 maybe, or something like that. It's or 118, 124. It's 118, yeah, maybe 118. Currently at the moment it's apart because I'm going to do the interior, and that's sort of, I thought, oh well, I'm going to wash that, paint it, and well, if I'm doing that and getting the paint out, I might as well get the paint out for this. But first I must do the conversion on it, because what's the point of painting it if it's not functional? So I've had a little play. The bits arrived this week for this, which is little speed controller. These are super cheap. These are normally used in like WPL stuff, and that can run 7.4 volt, which means then that could go direct to the motor, which all of this is just first fix. Then if you've seen my unboxing videos, you'd see that I've got into these 10 channel Hot RC, which are absolutely fantastic bits of kit and really reasonable priced, and every single one that's turned up has been without a battery, but the batteries are cheap and they're in quite a lot of electrical devices, so they're easy to get hold of. So what I've done with this, it didn't have the electrics in it. It had these cables here coming from the motor, and those weren't connected to the battery section, and it's missing the battery tray. So what I've done is removed the supports that are in there for AA batteries, so that I can fit that in. So then that could be velcroed, and if I don't get hold of a battery tray, battery door, sorry, which he did mention he might have somewhere, which would be great if it does turn up. Otherwise that could be velcroed in and then it's functional. So I've got to just undo 2 screws to show you what I've done, and that'll be that one there, and this one here. So I want to keep at the moment the original wheels, original ride height, the working suspension that's there, which now you won't see because I've taken that away. Don't want to lower it, unlike the other vehicle. I've got micro servo, which at the moment is just blue tacked there because this is going to be hot glued in a minute, but I needed to do my testing to make sure that the steering was working how I wanted it to. And I've just done a simple cut from where the adjuster was, a cut where there was a bit of plastic that came up from the top of that, and they made a slit in there so that the horn, which has been slightly modified as well, will locate in that steering bar, so then it works. There's a bit of slot, but it's what's to be expected from a crude build like this. And what I've done in this area, I made a little notch for the side of the servo and made a little cut there and at the back so that the micro servo slots in there and is quite secure. That way, when I hot glue it in, which that now sits lovely, and once that's hot glued in and then the top put on, which all I did was take out, that's taken a sticker off it, never mind. On the top, all I needed to do was take out part of the pin that was there. So here's the battery tray bits, which will probably end up being in the bin. Those bits I normally keep because I end up using stuff like that. The pins I'll keep. I probably won't keep the cogs. I'll keep that, and I'll keep that for parts at other times. But yeah, now I'm just going to hot glue it all together, and hopefully you'll get to see it working. So I've got the servo hot glued in, and just decided to take off the lugs that were holding the original board in, using this, which is a Revell saw, which I've had for a couple of years now, and oh, it just makes life so easy. At first I just went down those sections and then across, and I scored this a little bit, and I'm not fussed because that's where the receiver and the speed controller, which is down here, is going to fit. Now I'm going to sort out these wires because I don't like any of this mess at all. I want to make it nice and easy, nice and modular. As you see, what I've done with the servo cable, because it was so long, I used a screwdriver. I used one actually smaller than this, and then wrapped the cable round so it gives it that pigtail effect, and it just makes it so much tidier. So now I'll get on and oh, actually the other thing before I do, these radios come with a little lead which runs from there to your battery connection. So on these, they've got little prongs, and it just slots into the battery and gives a readout on the controller. So I'll just turn on the controller, I'm going to turn on the car. So currently at the moment on the RXV, on the left hand side there, you can see it says 7.7 volt. The RSSI is the signal, which seems to be rather low. My transmitter battery is running a bit low as well, but having a live feed, knowing what's actually happening, really does help. So now I'll get on with my soldering, and I'll hardwire that into the cable to the battery, so then there isn't any loosening of that, and I'll sort out the wire to the motor. I'll still have it on a plug, so then it's serviceable by myself or anyone else at a later date. I could have probably done with making some actual mounts for the servo, but hot glue, at least it can be heated up and the servo taken out if it ever fails. So it's better than actually super gluing in, because the amount of vehicles I've had where people have actually super glued servos in, or speed controllers, and yeah, I mean, at least with the hot glue you've got a chance to actually be able to take it out and then clean up all the area, but servo posts would have been a lot better. But let me carry on. Slowly but surely we are getting there. And this little tool here came this week, and I've done a couple of little projects with it, and I am absolutely loving it. So normally I use one of these, the crocodile clips, that I have spare crocodile clips for holding stuff, and it sometimes irritates me, and other times it, like when things loosen as you put it all in place, and also the little teeth, they sort of pinch the cable on the outer. But this is working so well, and right, I'm going to carry on. Now that's better, isn't it? That's more like it. So I've got loads of channels free because I'm only using 2. And one of the things I'd like to do is put lights in that body shell, and not just normal lights. I would like to put in the full set with indicators and reverse light and everything like that, because the controller has this switch here which has got a neutral in the middle, and then it can be left and it can be right, and that'd be pretty cool, being able to indicate without steering. I've already done that with a couple of other vehicles, so they've been bigger scale, so I'll try it with this 114. And what you may notice here is I've just given a little test with some old polish that I've been using for many years. So I'm just doing a bit of a quick going over before I do a strip down, take it apart and do the interior, do the lights. The other thing, I'd like to put a interior light in there as well, but that won't be today, that'll be in another video. But what I've done here is run the original switch, go into that, I put that lead into my battery connector, put a hole through so that that can go through, and then I can turn that on. We hear the bleeps, that means we should have steering, and we should have forward and back. So I'm looking forward to taking this to meets and letting people have a go and see what they think. But hopefully I'll have all the lights done and be ready to go. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll catch you soon.